What happens when you take a normal sized Rubik's Cube and fuse it to a bigger Rubik's Cube, which you then fuse to an even bigger Rubik's Cube, and on and on and on, until the cubes are 10 centimeters wide? Well, the result is this absolute monstrosity made out of Diane Cheng's new lineup of Google 3x3s. Even though they're magnetic, it can be surprisingly difficult to solve just because you always have so many different cubes flying around in so many different directions. The whole thing is held together with these custom parts that I designed and 3D printed specifically to fit onto one cube on the smaller side and one cube on the bigger side. It worked so well that I also designed some parts to fuse them together by the centerpieces, which looks a little bit unconventional, but I think still equally cool. A few people suggested calling it the cubic centipede, which I think is a fantastic name, and this one is a little bit easier to solve. But what happens if you combine both types of pieces into one single puzzle? There's a lot of different ways to do it, but this was my first attempt. It ends up looking very wacky, but also being quite difficult to solve because, as you can see, some turns are no longer possible, and it gets into one big tangled mess.